Yes.
Take 15 damage.
Good.
As this skeleton swoops down at you and jabs this ghostly spear into your chest. You feel it break the flesh and plunge in, and you see viscous blood shoot out of the hole when it pulls back. But there's no wound. But you definitely took damage.
Alright, I have had enough of...
You just, to be clear, you'll take this damage every time you begin or end a turn in this square.
Yeah, I've had enough of this square.
Did you mark that damage on your... You did. You're a good guy. You're a good boy. I like you the best. I like a man who keeps up with his character sheet.
I keep up with my character sheet.
I like you too. I don't like Zook though. Screw Zook. Zook had to go touch the ruby. Greedy asshole.
You knew that was going to happen. Come on.
I did.
You rewarded him for it.
Yeah, I know, right?
I burned
Eldove, what are you doing?
Alright,
I
have had enough of magic users who aren't me.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, because it's doubled, right?
Right.
5, 6.
And you have line of sight on both of them with no cover.
I cast Scorching Ray on her.
Okay, that sounds very violent. Go ahead and roll whatever you need, or is it a save?
That is a roll.
Okay, so roll to hit.
Oh, I didn't take my tokens back for superiority.
Her AC is only 12. You get to roll 3 d20s.
Oh yeah, that's 2 hits and a miss.
Okay.
You said it was 12, right?
12, yes.
Yeah, 2 hits and a miss.
And what kind of damage are we looking at here?
We are looking at...
Oh. 46.
15?
6, 12...
17.
17?
17. 17 fire damage.
And you launch these rays forth from your ring. You've had enough of this MF and Sandcloak and this MF and Tomb. And her cloak ignites, and her hair and everything ignites, and she starts shrieking, and she grabs the cloak off and throws on the ground and starts beating the fire. And you see the burns all over her flesh. You've done quite a lot of damage to her. So, let's keep track now. First, he burned her with acid. Now he's setting her on fire.
Hey, she sent skeleton ghosts after us.
Zook.
No, wait. Just to be clear here, I am not done setting her on fire.
So...
Sorcery points.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
are we twinning the spell? That hits. So is that one more ray?
Wait, let me make sure how this works. Twin spell. When you cast a spell that targets only one creature, you can spend a number of sorcery points equal to the spell's level to target a second creature in range with the same spell. Yeah, so that's her. That's not her. That's the other guy.
Yeah, you can hit him with it.
Yep. So that's one hit. Let me roll the other 2 die. Those are both hits.
Actually, his AC is... You hit 13 with that last one?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, go ahead. Roll damage on it.
Alright. 1 second.
Guy's going to get melted.
Probably. I'm excited for all this damage.
Oh my god.
That's a lot of D6s.
That's a lot of D6s there.
It seems like this would be pretty ludicrous in an actual...
This counts as a bonus action, right?
I don't think so.
Twin magic?
I think it just... No, it's just... I just cast it. It doesn't count as a bonus action. And just to be clear, all those 1s are 2s.
Okay, so add it up for me.
So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 16.
16. Okay.
Khalil's gonna watch someone explode in front of him.
It's fire damage, but whenever I cast fire spells, they cannot be resisted. So the fire resistance does not matter.
Okay, after your turn, go and look up that meta magic rule and just make sure that we're ruling that right, because I don't know...
No, I'm reading it right now. It just says when you cast a spell that targets only one creature, it doesn't have a range of self, you can spend a number of sorcery points equal to the spell's level to target a second creature in range with the same spell.
But it all counts as, like, the same action.
It's the same action.
Okay, so it's not a bonus. The reason I'm asking that is I can't put an NPC with counterspell and you still get one spell through. If that NPC counterspelled you, it would block both of them because they both count as the same action.
They both count as the same action.
Okay, good. So you still had a bonus action, you still have a reaction for this round. Gotcha.
Yes.
Makes sense. And so, yeah, you throw these Scorching Rays at him, and you hit him just as solidly, but he seems to weather the storm quite a bit better. His cloak ignites, but he just shrugs it off. And he's got this bronze dagger in his hand, and he's still facing off against Khalil.
Here's my only question, though.
Okay.
I'm not sure whether that counts as a second casting of the spell or not.
I would say...
Well, you're still expending the spell points, right?
I would say
I
no,
expended 2 sorcery points.
because you're not casting the spell again. It's the same spell. You're just using your sorcery points in order to make it hit a different target.
Creature.
So it only takes the one spell slot, but you pay the sorcery points as the cost to get it to go again.
Okay.
So, yeah, you don't have to take the spell off twice. Zook, you've passed your save, right?
Yeah, I passed the save. So do I take? I don't take any damage, right?
You take 8 damage.
I take 8 damage?
As these skeletons, they come down with this spear, and it plunges into you, and you see the spear go in, and you feel it come back out. But for some part of your brain knows this thing's not real. This thing can't hurt me. So it still causes damage, but it was not as powerful as the hit against Eldove. But
I have had my ass full of corporal damage happening to me today.
If you end your turn in this square, you will continue to take that spiritual damage.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to come right here.
Okay.
And I'm going to arrow this motherfucker again.
Wait, the guy or the girl?
The one who's engaged. The one I get my spell. Oh, that's a 10. That's not going to count
Nope,
it.
he's got
count
13. So.
I don't think I want to my last lucky quite this far down.
Okay.
So I miss.
So.
And
you just only have a split second to aim because you're much more concerned getting out of the radius of this just cloud of skulls and nastiness. And so by the time you get your arrow and loosed it, he's not standing where you thought he was, and the arrow just ricochets off the wall.
I guess I'll take my bonus action to I can't hide, so
You cannot hide.
I'm just gonna hang out here, I guess.
Okay. Khalil, you also passed your save, did you not?
I did.
Take 7 damage. One of these skeletons comes down and jabs you straight through the back, and you look down and you see the ghostly spear come out of your chest and then recede. But again, part of you knows that thing's not real, so it didn't do as much damage as it would have. So you take a step
Move over here.
out of the clouds.
Yep.
You spin around in place a little bit.
Yep.
As you do.
And I'm going to slice this guy in half.
Oh man, my meat shield moved in front of me. I love it.
Do it.
Really?
So that's a 1.
Really, die?
So you slash at him, but he just flashes up with this bronze dagger and just knocks your sword right out of the way. That brings us to the girl. And now it actually matters how many dice Cure Wounds is. Because she is quite wounded. Quite a lot. Quite very,
Again,
very
because
wounded.
Nodal's setting her on fire and dumping acid on her head.
I know, right? What's
You're welcome.
with that, Nodal? Come
You're
on.
welcome.
It's just awful, awful.
Not that it would have
And
mattered
Nodal is
since you rolled
supposed
a
to be
1,
the good
but
guy.
maybe target the healer next time.
Whoa. I'm chaotic good.
And again, you see her cast the healing spell, this time on herself, and you see parts of her charred flesh come together and is looking raw and pink and not so much blackened anymore. But she is still pretty well hurt. They are both bloodied at this point. They are both not happy. And oh, I'm sorry, hold on 1 second. I have to spawn one more thing in the room now that you're all standing in here. I'm such a bad DM. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
God, who hired this guy?
I know,
right?
It's like, ugh. Awful person. There's one space in this room you can't step on because there's a fire pit there, and nobody's stepping on it yet. But there is a fire pit here. It's not lava. It's fire. I wouldn't recommend, and that's where the flickering light's coming from. Now it's
I really
Mr.
wish Khalil had stepped on that.
Bronze Guy's turn. 2 hits. Khalil.
What did Fred
Okay.
do? Is Fred just playing this whole time?
Fred sees
Yeah.
the spirit guardian swirling around the room, and he's not entering. That's what Fred's
Okay.
doing.
No problem. Just checking.
9 damage to Khalil.
9 fucking damage?
This guy
Really?
flashes forward with his, and he just gets you inside of the chinks in your armor, right where you're weakest, and he gets 2 really good slashes in there.
I'm pretty bloodied.
I would imagine so.
You might want
Yeah.
to step back and drink a potion.
What, on top of you?
Eldove.
Mr. Low Level.
Yeah.
Hey, you skipped me, yo.
Did I?
No, you didn't.
No,
Never
you
mind.
swung and rolled a 1 and missed, as I recall.
Yeah, you're right.
Eldove!
Yeah.
The actual useful member of this party.
Hey, I did a lot of damage once.
Yeah, that's true, you did. Not against the chain demon.
Those ropes of fire seem pretty freaking good. So I'm gonna Scorching Ray her again,
Okay.
and then make my decision after that whether or not I want to twin it.
Okay, go ahead. Scorching Ray seems like a pretty good times. Before you roll damage, because looks like 2 of those are hits. Is it possible for you to deal less than 9 damage with those 2 hits?
Not with all
yes,
these D6s turning into 2s
but it's
instead of
very
1s.
unlikely.
Go ahead and roll it. Let's just see if you blast her or not.
I would have to roll all 1s
Okay.
or 2s. No, she's dead.
And again, you see her going for another spell, but before she can start the incantation, you fling this Scorching Ray out of your ring, and this time it blows her off her feet, back into the wall, and you have like that cartoonish outline of the sand cloak on the wall. The rest of it looks pretty good. But she is very dead. And as soon as her scream dies away, this man here looks over the rock, sees what has happened, and he immediately holds his hands out, drops the dagger, and says, "Please, mercy, mercy."
I cast Twin Spell and Scorching Ray. And...
Fuck you.
Do
Fuck
it.
you, Nodal.
Roll it.
No. I'm not gonna burn those 2 sorcery points on a dude who's already submitting.
Yeah.
No, he sees that his companion is dead, and he drops his dagger. He's holding his hands out in front of you, Khalil, and he's just saying, "Mercy, mercy." We're done with the initiative, unless...
Yeah, this guy. Then I will bust out some irons and clap him in there. And as far as we got what I came for.
Do you actually have irons?
Yeah,
Nice.
I actually
I'm happy
decided.
enough with this.
Okay. Do we not want to finish raiding this tomb?
Oh no, we're raiding the tomb.
Oh, okay.
We came all this way. We're
So
gonna raid this tomb.
you clap him in irons, and he is very submissive. He does not seem to be like you are certainly his betters. But again, he's got this cloak, he's got this dagger, and he also is carrying a holy symbol that Zook you recognize because you've seen it aboard the ship when it was still called the Stygian.
Yeah, I'll be searching. I'll be relieving him of any
I'm looking
dangerous
over the
things that he
cleric.
might be used to.
And
I was wondering why you were saying that specifically to me, and I forgot these 2 jokers weren't there then.
They were not
I
there.
tell-
exactly.
I will definitely pass along this information that I've seen this symbol before, and give them sort of tell them the long and short of that dude.
And you guys all thought I shouldn't have burned that body before. I told you guys, necromancers.
Eldove,
Goddamn necromancers.
you search her body, you don't find anything of value except the bronze dagger, and you find the holy symbol.
All right. And what's on this guy?
Same thing, bronze dagger and a holy symbol. Actually, they actually have a little bit of money too, I think. Not much, considering you guys are all filthy fucking rich. On the man you have in irons,
Well,
he has a small
those
bag.
assholes are filthy fucking rich.
He
Easy.
had-
He's a working class schmo who's been guarding the city for a while.
He has 7 copper pieces and 3 gold pieces. The priest had 10 gold pieces, 1 silver piece, and 2 copper pieces.
I'm pretty sure that shit would be melted in a puddle.
Nah, it's treasure.
I'm claiming the 10 gold pieces. I earned them.
Wait, you're claiming the gold off the guy that I arrested?
No. You can have the gold off the guy you arrested.
No, he's over here searching the cleric's body.
See, so 7 copper and what?
1 gold. I'm sorry, 3 gold.
Okay.
And on the cleric was 10 gold, 1 silver, and 2 copper. In addition, they each had bronze dagger and this holy symbol of some unknown death god.
So here's the thing. I don't know how safe it is to be carrying around holy symbols of unknown death gods.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
The man looks up at you. The man in irons. He says, they're just trinkets. They were given to us by the necromancer. He says, there's no danger now. There's no danger now that the cleric is dead. Now that my sister is dead, they're of no harm to you. They're not even valuable.
What is the name of this necromancer?
He looks up. He said his name was Gendrid. He washed up
nod.
out of the sea. We came upon him. He looked wealthy. We sought to rob him. But he showed us his magics, told us of his god. We converted to his faith. And now he's looking up
the other two guys.
Now he's looking up at Khalil. And he says he told us he had a ritual that could give us wealth, unimaginable, great power, even over the Jarl of Kiska. But we had to bring the body of the Kiskan princess to him.
Uh-oh. I know where this is going.
And he bows his head again and says, but we were not able to recover the body. The wallwalkers fell upon us too swiftly. And now we fear the necromancer may punish us, so... Better the Jarl than Gendrid.
Come from the law of Kiska rather than from some heathen god.
And he nods and he seems resigned to that fate.
Why did you come into this tomb?
It's a known place where robbers hide out from time to time. We've used it to hide, regroup in the past. Now it's infested with some kind of small Gnome minor peoples, but they didn't bar our passage at all. We paid them no mind.
Is this tomb in recent use? Or is this an ancient tomb?
This is a very, very ancient tomb. This tomb existed before even the people of Kiska. The witch kings of the desert are long, like eons and eons ago. We're talking like first age kind of stuff.
Alright. So no fresh bodies other than the ones we drop. We hope.
And, I mean, are you asking the man that?
Yeah, let's, are there any fresh bodies around here? Have you had any other kills?
He shakes his head and says the tomb is empty except for us as far as we know. But we never go deeper than this.
When you say us, you mean just you two, or are there others in here?
No, he nods. There were 6 of us. 3 were killed in Kiska. The 4th died
on the way back.
Along the path, and my sister and I were the last.
I will actually fill that part in. Khalil will actually fill that part in because, you know, he was right there. I'll pull out that guy's dagger.
And he nods and said, "We left him behind to cover our escape since he was already gone anyway. He must have died before you got there."
He did a fairly poor job of it.
Okay, all right. So, this necromancer who's bad news is back in the picture, and he was trying to make a zombie princess. So that's fun.
Saying this out loud or to yourself or what?
I'm saying this out loud, especially particularly to Eldove, since he wasn't there when we fought him, but he has been with the party longer, so I trust him more.
Oh, yeah.
And Fred, of course, also.
Fred was definitely there. Eldove knows all about Gendrid by this point.
Yeah.
But when you mention him, the Sandcloak looks up and says, "You know him. You know the necromancer."
We had a run-in with him before.
He nods and says, "You know how dangerous he is. Were you by any chance aboard the Stygian?"
I pull out from underneath my shirt a lanyard that has a bloody arrowhead on the end of it and say, he's encountered me before.
He looks at it.
Aboard the friendly Flumph.
He looks at it gravely. He says, "And you should know he's hunting you. I don't know what you did, but you stopped some ritual of his. Something that he'd been planning for many years. And he's looking to exact revenge."
Well, okay then. We'll deal with him if we run into him again, which I'm sure we will.
I'm going to go ahead and delete her since Eldove splashed acid on her then burned her alive.
Hey, listen.
Awesome.
We have to burn the corpses anyway. I was just getting a head start.
All right, well, what do you want to do with this guy, Khalil?
He will go back to Kiska and face judgment for killing a member of the royal family.
Okay, fair enough. What do you want to do with him right now while we finish exploring this place? You said you put him in irons, but is that going to keep him from going anywhere? Does he probably does have no interest in leaving.
Do you
at
have
this
any
point.
leg armor irons?
Nope.
You have 2 pairs of irons?
While you're
I only have the
discussing
one.
this, the man says, "He's like, I swear to you, I will not run. I fear the necromancer's retribution more than I fear the Jarl's."
He's beat up pretty good. I don't think
We'll
he's
see
going
about
anywhere.
that.
Here's the thing, though. Your sister was a priest of a death god, so you're not really high on my who to trust list.
And at that, he just bows his head lower.
It's up to you guys what you want to do with him. I want to see what else is in here.
I say we just drag him behind us.
Going back and examining those 3 doors, it looks. Oh, Fred can come in the room now. There's no more spirit guardians.
Yeah.
They look identical to the doors outside in the hallway. The door itself has no latch on it, but there's a lever box next to each one of them. The first one, the one that Zook is standing in front of, the levers are set up, up, down. The second one, where Eldove is standing, is set up, up, up. And the third one, where Khalil has his back to, is set up, down, down.
Could you add that to the... Like...
We have to take a break.
the way
My
you
wife's
did party
calling.
HP?
If I don't answer the phone, she's going to whip me with an extension cord when I get home.
Alright, in that case, I'm gonna take a
Hot.
couple minute break, too.
Hello, Peanut.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pee. Back in the bed.
All right, it's official. My woman is bringing me a sandwich. I'm sorry,
Good.
what were you asking, Nodal?
I think he went to the head. I'll tell this guy, you'll stay where I can see you at all times.
And he just nods. I mean, you manacle his wrists, right? You can't...
Yeah.
And he just nods. Fred has his short sword out. So I can keep an eye on him if you want. While you
Do
and
it.
the others tend to the dungeon.
Do it.
And Fred moves up close to him. Eldove asked me something, but I didn't know what he asked, so I have to wait for him to come back now.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, guys, if I don't answer my phone when my wife calls, I get in trouble. And I don't know, because it's really embarrassing to be 33 years old and get grounded. Like, if it's never happened to you guys, if you've never been grounded at 33 years old, not your highest moment. So I'd like to avoid that, so I answer the phone. And it's like, I get a sandwich out of it. Like, now that I answered the phone, my reward is she's bringing me a sandwich.
I like that. I like the idea of you being grounded. You can't play on the internet.
I have to live in the closet. It's like, it's not fun. So I guess we'll take like a 5-minute break here. I'm going to open up chat. How you guys doing in chat tonight? How's everybody doing? I'm sorry, I don't read the chat while I'm running the game, but we have a 5-minute break here, so I'll pop in and answer anybody questions if they have any.
Yeah, it's like McClain is off doing things, and so is Nodal. So
Looks
I
like
was the
they're
only
discussing
person
the
who was
Super
able
Bowl.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
well.
I saw that them talking about the Super Bowl.
Oh, they had a Jurassic World trailer.
Oh, nice. Hollywood is out of good ideas, so now they're just going to be bringing stuff back from the 90s now.
I don't know. I'll watch it. I'll watch Jurassic Park 4. I don't care. I like dinosaurs and people running from them.
I'm really curious how much better the dinosaurs will look now. I think it'll be kind of awesome.
I can't imagine they will look better. I honestly don't think they will.
Those dinosaurs in the original movie were fantastic.
Dude,
looking,
I
think.
just watched Jurassic Park like a few months ago, the original with the animatronics, and they still looked great. So
I know. Well, I mean,
but
CG.
but
Oh, go ahead.
we know more science now. I want dinosaurs with
oh,
feathers.
I
goddammit.
see what you mean. Yeah, you want the Velociraptor to have feathers. I do too. Like, I'm with you. I thought you were talking about like better CG, but no, you're right.
I think it will
I'm
look
back.
noticeably better, particularly
Eldove.
with feather movement.
You asked me something before I had to answer the phone. What did you ask?
Can you put the positions of the levers up like you do our party HP, just so we can see it?
I absolutely can. I'm going to list these in order from left to right, okay?
Alright.
So the first one is up, up, up,
Well, you could just do U.
The second set is up, down, down. I'm going to type down now just because you said that.
Just to spite you.
Oh, I'm sorry. The second one is up, up, up. The third one is up, down, down. The first one is up, up, down.
All right.
Now, it's in the public notepad, so everybody can go in there and edit that if you want to play around with it some.
How does that work?
Just click the
You just
notepad
go
button up
notepad.
top.
Just click the notepad button at the
Oh,
top.
actually, let me make sure
Okay.
that you guys can do that. I'm going to have to...
I don't know
'Cause
if we can edit it.
I
or
can
not.
totally.
You can.
I can
just
totally
changed
do it. Yeah.
I just changed it. And
Okay, guys.
McDohl is
And
typing
then there's a
butts.
fourth one.
So what are you doing, Eldove?
And then there's a fourth set of levers. It's butts.
All right. I'm going to. Well, the other one opened up when it was down, 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 right?
Yes, it did.
So I'm going to, one at a time, move the levers down in the middle.
In the middle door?
Yeah, the one I'm standing in front of.
Okay. The first and the third
Left or
lever...
right?
I'm sorry?
Well, left or right, just in case I accidentally get the combination halfway through.
That's good. The first and third lever, you pull down real easily. The middle one, you try to pull it, it doesn't budge.
All right, so
That's
all down.
interesting.
Probably not the combo.
If you put some elbow into it, you might get it to move. But it didn't come down as easily. You're not sure if it's stuck or if it's not designed that way or what, but it did not move.
If I try to move the left one up again, does it work?
It does. You can move the left and the right ones up as much as you want. The middle one is stuck in the up position.
See, I leave them in down, up, down, but you guys see with your doors what happens.
I'm going to throw my far right one up so that they're all up and see if that does anything.
It does not.
How about I try to throw them all down?
Throw them all down, and you hear loud grinding, like stone on stone, just like with the first door. And then it falls into the earth. Cthulhu, 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 Cthulhu. Not Cthulhu. Cthulhu's a different person entirely. And you see into the room beyond here. Can I safely get rid of this card?
What about-
I can. Hold on.
What about Sethune?
I can do one room at a time here.
Like, are we playing WoW?
I will smack you. Nodal, I will smack your delicious white ass, and I will not even care about
Wow,
it.
that's a really
Apologize.
big sorcery point.
Isn't it, though? I gotta get this closer in there, so I gotta take this off the grid. Whoop!
I'm going off the grid.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So, let me go ahead and color in here real quick before we go any further.
Beautiful.
And you've got dark vision, so you can just look into this room.
Yeah.
Without a light. And what you see is kind of a wondrous sight. In the northwest corner of the room, you see a huge hole in the floor. This one could easily accommodate a person. Looks like it goes down into the floor at kind of an angle. So it will like go off and off to the left, off to the east, and slopes down away to unknown depths. Along the walls of the chamber, especially the north wall here, actually all the walls, much, much smaller holes, similar to the ones you saw upstairs. You imagine these to be the ones that the Peck hurriedly escaped through earlier. Surrounding the largest tunnel, over here where I've drawn with white, and leading down into it, the floor is not sandstone, or it might have been at one time, but it's now been blasted apart and is coated with a sheen of like marbles of shattered glass. And you see a similar scene unfolded in the center of the room, where you see from this point angled out into the room and along the walls, where the top layer of sandstone has been blasted away and crumbled glass is what remains. And there are two unmoving little miners laying in this particular radius in the wreckage. Actually, I can get rid of this one too. Doink. So you can see forward where this door has been blasted in. Do I have to draw this here? Yes, I do actually. This door has been blasted in with some kind of force, and you see similar trailings of glass. And through the broken doorway, you just see two glowing blue electric eyes just watching you from that distance.
All the way down in 11?
Yeah, because you're within
All
60
the way down
feet,
there.
so you can absolutely see each other. So you can see
Okay.
through room 9 into room 11. The white parts that I have drawn, that's where the top layer of sandstone has been blasted away and replaced with shattered glass. You see these blue electric eyes from room number 11 looking down the way.
Creepy.
Sounds like some other firecasters are in there.
So, do you want to check this place out?
Eldove hasn't looked in the room yet.
Oh, I kind of tell him, hey, I got my door open in case you didn't hear the ka-chunk, ka-chunk,
Oh, he
ka-chunk.
he heard it. Everybody heard it. It
Oh,
was-
no, I know, I'm
it
being
shook the
sarcastic.
room. Yeah.
Do you guys want to come take a peek, or do you want me to just tell you what's in there?
Is there a reason why you're moving away from that door at speed?
Okay, so there's some. It looks like some shit went down in this room. Some particularly magical-looking shit, and there's some creepy eyes staring at me from across it.
Creepy eyes. That sounds like the fighter's job.
What's everybody's hit
Creepy,
points
glowy
at?
eyes.
What's everybody's hit
15.
points at? 15?
7
7?
Jesus Christ.
from 34.
Oh.
No, I got lit up by that guy.
You did.
I'm at 31.
Okay, so
Oh, do you want
Sir.
to drink a potion, by the way, before we move on?
keep
How
in
much do
mind,
potions
keep
heal?
in mind, guys, short rest is an hour. So
Well,
you might
we
also
just
want to
opened this
consider
door
taking a
and-
short rest.
Yeah, that might be.
We just
that
opened
might
this
be a
door
thing.
and eyeballs looked at me, so I don't know if we want to stay here for an hour.
Why don't you close that door back up?
You can't.
We sit in here for an hour.
Well, you can't move the door. It's sunk down into the stone
That's
floor.
what I'm saying. Like, why don't you move that lever back?
Okay.
Oh, there is
tried to
there is an identical lever box here too. I forgot to draw that in. Move the lever back.
Identical-
Yeah, let's just see if we should have done this beforehand.
Yeah.
See if we can set that door back up just out of sciencing it.
Which lever do you
Thing.
throw?
Well, this thing was originally up, up, down. So let's say I just try to return it to up, up, down.
Which of the 3 levers do you move? The third one or the first one rather?
The first one I moved back up.
As soon as you move the first one up, you hear the grumbling of the stone, and it comes back up into place with a loud crash.
All right.
So now
Okay.
it's up, down, down.
Excellent. Let's take a little nap.
Take an hour short rest.
All right.
Get our shit together.
Everybody,
Lucky's back on a short rest.
everybody who spends hit dice to regain hit points during a short rest can add a d6 to that roll, because Fred is playing the Song of Rest.
Awesome.
So if you use
I
hit
get my
dice, which is
superiority dice back.
I think it's a d8 for everybody. Or actually, no, for Khalil.
No,
it's-
I have D6s.
for hit dice,
I believe so.
Khalil, you have d10s.
Khalil has D10s.
You do have
I have
D6s.
D6s. The reason why my HP is so high is because I'm a dragon sorcerer.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, you're going to use hit dice to get hit points back. Add a d6 to whatever you roll. Every hit die you roll.
Oh, thanks for that too.
I'm sorry, not every hit die you roll. Just add 1d6 and add it to the total. I read that wrong.
Alright, so
Wait, what is
2,
my hit?
Screwing
I
all of you out
forgot.
of hit points because you let
5,
Adric die.
5, 7.
12.
The
What's
hell
the
is? Oh,
D6?
it's a D8. I was like, where the hell is my hit dice at?
I thought it was a d8 for everybody. Oh, you know, it was until Eldove joined the game. Eldove has d6s. Because most classes are d8s.
Alright, I'm down to 1 hit dice left, but I'm at full HP.
Okay.
All right, so that'll be 5. So that'll bring me back up to
I might as
36.
well burn another one.
That's good enough. I'm only missing 3 hit points then, and then I'm just got 1 hit point down. I only used 1 hit dice, so that's good. And double
6.
checking. Lucky. Oh, I only get lucky on long rest.
Yep.
Damn it.
Only a long rest. Do superior die come back on short rest, right? I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
they do.
So you get that back. And
Yeah, no,
sorcery
I got
points
my
only come
superior-
back on long rest. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. So yeah, you guys sit down, take a load off for an hour, have some leftover dried fruit.
Listen to Fred.
Yeah, Fred's playing great music.
10. All right, burned all of my. Okay, now finally I get my money's worth out of the burning hit dice.
There you go.
So I got 7 on that last one, which puts me at 22, and then this one, 13, 18. That puts me back up to full.
Okay. So yeah, an hour has gone by. You feel very much rejuvenated thanks to your rest and the bardic song. But the situation otherwise has not changed.
Oh, I just want to make sure our fighter wouldn't die. Okay, so fighter, now that you're healed, would you like to go through this door?
Very well.
All right, put you on point, and I will drop this. Hopefully this will work. I'll drop this thing back down.
And you
The far left.
pull the lever back down, and again, the door crashes down to the ground. And Khalil, you peer into this room with your torch, and the torchlight dances off the glittery shards of glass that coat the floor, and you can see glowing electric eyes in the distance peering at you from room 11 through a broken doorway.
See,
Well-
told you, eyes.
If they've been staring this whole time, it might be some kind of statue.
That's true.
Not that statues have been good to us so far.
I know,
you
right?
Go right ahead and play with the statue. Maybe you'll get a magic spell at the cost of your sanity.
Too bad we don't have Horned Orphan with us.
Or Terran, for that matter.
Yeah.
You step in the room, and you can see the eyes moving as you make movements in the room, but they just regard you.
Do they
not-
follow
it's not
me
a
as I step
statue.
off to this way?
And they follow you as you move off. And as more people enter the room, you see them flick back and forth. Fred calls after you. He's like, "Oi, should I drag him along?"
Yeah,
Oh, we
keep
trust
him out
you.
of the
That
way.
guy's just...
Follow at a safe distance, Fred.
Yeah.
Okay. And Fred heaves the guy up to his feet. And he can walk under his own power because his feet aren't shackled.
If things
Yeah.
get hairy, just hold him in front of you. Now you
Fred
said
likes
there-
the sound of that.
You said there was a couple of these gnome dudes up here, or these gnomish-looking guys,
Yeah.
unresponsive.
A couple of these earthen miners are laying here amidst the rubble and the glass on the floor.
Blasted to bits, probably.
Yeah, are they dead?
What's
They're
this
actually
hockey puck here?
they're actually not blasted to bits. They are actually totally intact. There does not seem to be a scratch on them. This chip here is a hole that goes down into the floor and slopes off to the east. I'm sorry, to the west. And it's much bigger than the ones previously. The walls of the room are dotted with little holes that you imagine the miners made to get up to the top floor. But this one is much bigger, and this one is coated with broken glass as you look into it. And when you peer in, it slopes away, far, far beyond the reach of your dark vision.
If we're going to be attacked, I'd rather it be on our terms. If you
I-
can, I would
move
put an
over
arrow.
there.
Put an
What?
arrow down there. Oh, go ahead.
Wait, you're gonna attack the eyes?
No. I'm saying someone else should put an arrow down that way.
I
the
say we
hole?
leave the eyes be for a moment.
Yeah,
I say we come over here. I look down that hole.
And again, like I said, you poke your head down into it, and wherever it goes, it's very far away. Your dark vision, you can dimly see 60 feet, and it's longer than that. But it
I
seems
shoot
to
a
be...
firebolt down it.
You shoot a firebolt?
Goes 120 feet.
Okay, in this case, it goes about 80 feet, and then blasts off the sandstone and glass at the end, because it makes a kind of like a lazy left turn. Not a sharp turn. Like you can see where it curves, but it curves down and around. About 70 feet off.
And that's... The hole is going in this direction, so that would be like over here.
Yes, it would be going off to the west over here.
Okay.
So you could get down in it, but you and Khalil would probably have to stoop. Zook could probably just walk through.
yeah, I don't want to do that quite yet. I want to check these bodies, or what I assume are bodies, make sure that they're dead, and see if there's anything to be gained from them.
Their eyes are closed. Their hair looks frazzled and a little bit scorched. But as far as their flesh goes, they don't have any marks, scars, or wounds.
Do they have anything on them
They do
at all?
not.
Like,
Just
no possessions?
the dirty cloth they wear.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Eldove, can you make anything of that?
And the whole time you're working over these bodies, the eyes in room 11 watch your movements very intently.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm totally not happy about that.
I don't know. Can I make anything out of that? Is that something that I have ever heard of before?
Roll me... Give me a second here. Let's have a nature check. I'm going to set it at DC 25.
Okay, I can't make that.
You can't?
No.
Okay. Then these creatures, they look like some form of gnomes, but their features and their size and their hair don't look like any gnomes you've encountered before. They're little earthen miners of some kind, but because gnomes don't have giant eyes that take over their heads. You know, gnomes typically form societies. They don't walk around with.
I was
sorry.
more thinking of something that would cause him to have charred hair, but no damage on his flesh.
I was thinking more cause of death.
That
if there was
I
anything
will
magically causes death.
give you, Eldove, Arcana DC 15.
Arcana, not medicine.
Not medicine.
I fail.
You fail. Then no, you do not know. The other two guys can make the
I got
same
no
check.
bonus to
Arcana,
I got no
but
bonus
your
to
DC
Arcana.
is going to be 20.
I got
I
no bonus
literally
to
can't make that.
Okay,
I have
then-
-1 Arcana.
Then it is.
Oh well,
it is
all right,
beyond
if I
you.
roll a nat 20, then nope.
Nope. Okay, so
Never seen anything like that before.
All right, you know what? I'm tired of these eyes looking at me. I want to get behind this. I want to hug this wall.
okay.
I just don't like them looking at me. I don't
Going
want it
into
to like
corner
reduce
mode.
to my face or something all of a sudden.
Fred walks in the room and pulls the guy behind. I didn't like them looking at me either.
See any, is
Let's
that
check
the
out this
normal-
door.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do y'all see anything on that door?
This door has a
Again.
bronze handle. This door can be opened and it is not locked.
All right, open it up.
Pop it. Okay. And you
Pop,
look
lock,
in.
drop it.
And you see a hallway. Turn off to the right. The door opens into a twisty series of corridors that looks even older than the rest of the complex. So this might have been the original tomb that was expanded upon later, but it still looks ancient beyond words. Set into the walls are long plundered stone sarcophagi, as you've become accustomed to seeing by now. And as soon as you step foot into the corridor, you hear faint moaning and shuffling sounds to your north.
Oh,
Do the twisty
boy.
corridors look all alike?
You've only seen the one so far. Everybody roll initiative.
I'm gonna set a mummy on fire.
Only I may
Hey,
say.
I didn't roll a 1.
Do you guys want to keep the lever notes here? I'll keep them there. They'll seem important.
Yeah.
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 I got a 5.
Eldove got a 5. Who else got what?
I got a 10.
Khalil got an 8.
This might be the shittiest initiative turn I've ever seen.
I know, right?
The highest is a 10.
We won though.
You did. Oh, I put them backwards because I'm smart. Zook, you have a turn, but you
That's
have no idea what's going on in that hallway.
Yeah, it's true.
You have no idea. You can't even hear the moaning or shuffling from where you are.
Well, I'm just gonna kind of move up to position here because this is what I normally do when we go through a new room. Is I take this back position. So, let's say what I would probably I'm ready in action to shoot an arrow at a hostile if it should come into my view.
Okay, I mean, you're not going to be able... The hostile would literally have to step through the doorway past both of these people. Is that okay?
Yeah, I mean
Okay.
that's all I would logically be doing at this point is just being on the ready.
Works for me. Khalil,
All right, I hear moaning.
you hear moaning and shuffling.
I'm going to throw the torch that I have down the hallway
Okay.
in that direction.
Sure. Roll to hit.
I wasn't really aiming for any hostiles. I was just doing it to illuminate the area.
You can see the shambling body that matches the moaning sound. That's why I put it on
Okay,
that.
then.
Holy
That's
God.
right.
Okay.
That's the best place to throw a nat
Set
20
the
is.
mummy on fire.
Just flung a torch down the hallway at the mummy.
Roll a d8.
D8.
Roll 2d8. Because you got the crit. I don't feel like looking up at improvised weapon rules, so I'm just making some shit up.
4 and 7 is 11.
11. You fling the torch down the hallway at this mummy as soon as you see it move, and you connect. The torch hits its chest and explodes into sparks. And you've set the whole thing alight. Oh, I'm sorry. I need to double that damage because they are vulnerable.
I have nothing but respect for you right now.
And this mummy has gone up in flames. Eldove. But it's still moving.
Alright. Can we do that thing where I swap places with him and then after my turn swap back?
If Khalil is willing, yes.
Willing.
Alright, then I'm not gonna move my character out of the way. Because I didn't want that to happen, but okay.
Okay.
Stop
Just
with the figurines.
okay. I shoot one off at him.
Just like shoot one off? Like, is this
yeah.
a sex thing or?
Yes.
Okay.
A firebolt.
Okay. Go ahead, roll that hit. AC is 11. That'll do it. What kind of damage are we looking at?
That is 1d10 fire damage.
Then roll d10.
Six if it takes double.
It does. And you launch a firebolt, but it could not possibly be more on fire than it already is. But yeah, now you can switch back. New table rule. The only person who touches the miniatures is the person whose turn it is. So, Eldove, when you go to switch places, move both miniatures if you're going to move them.
If I'm
Otherwise-
gonna switch places,
And
can
then-
I just say I do this, but I'm not gonna switch places because that's ridiculous?
No, because there may be like a line of sight effect or reaction or something like that.
Okay.
So, yeah, let's go ahead and switch, make your move, and then switch back. But I don't.
Well, yeah.
We don't want people like
We're gonna
attacking
do
each other in midair. Whose turn is it? Oh, the
Okay.
mummies get to go.
Oh. That's right, because I started it off.
And it's lumbering towards you, and you see bits of its flesh, and its the wrappings are just dropping off as the fire consumes it. Whew. And there's very, very little of this thing left.
Eldove looks at the right side of the screen where it says mummies and not mummy.
Oh, that's awesome. Zook. Zook.
Okay. So
They're
I
fighting
clearly-
something in that hallway. There's something there.
Does Fred not have initiative anymore, or is he? I'm just curious.
He does, but he's not doing anything.
Okay, fair enough.
Fred he's paying his attention to the prisoner right now. He's making sure this prisoner's not doing anything. So unless he's needed,
All right. So clearly, I know something is going on in this room now.
you do.
Yep.
So can I shoot you guys back so I can?
You can occupy that space right there.
Huh?
That space you're over right there, you can occupy that space. That's fine.
I can.
Sure.
Okay.
You can move there.
I'm little.
You are.
So,
That's why I'm letting you do it.
I'm gonna sneak in right here and let it. Fuck it. I'm in that
Fall on a
space.
card.
Yeah. And I'm gonna launch an arrow at this guy.
Okay, you're not going to be able to sneak attack him because you're not hiding and he's not in melee range of a friendly.
Yeah, I know, but a +1 bow is probably still my best offensive option.
Probably.
I don't want to particularly get in this guy's face and try to rapier him.
I would not either if I were you.
Yeah, mummies are probably bad news.
You're
All right,
on-
so that's a 16.
You're only looking at AC 11, so go ahead and roll that damage.
All right. And that'll be an 8 total.
And that's enough. You arrow this thing in the neck, and just what was left of the sinew and muscle has been consumed by flame. And it falls over backwards. And you hear the clattering of something hit the ground underneath its flaming corpse. Khalil.
Man, that mummy just had a bad day.
He had
Need to
the,
light
worst,
another torch first.
the very worst day.
Need to light another torch.
I mean, it's pretty well illuminated, this hallway right now.
Okay.
By
'Cause
flaming
there is a burning mummy laying on the floor.
Gonna glance down this hallway.
And you see it go forward a couple of feet, then turn down to the left.
Okay.
So, you get an action and a
All right.
move. What are you doing?
Go right there.
Again, goes about 10 feet, turns off to the right.
Okay.
You could probably get to the end of this hallway with your full move. Put my mummy
gets
down.
up and- Yeah, there we go.
Are you standing
Fuck these NPCs.
here or standing
Yeah,
here?
there.
So I'm not going to reveal the hallway unless you're standing here.
That's fine. That's
Okay.
fine.
So it comes around to Eldove. Is that how you pronounce that? Eldove?
That is accurate.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to move into the mummy space,
Okay.
and I am going to ready a firebolt
If you
something comes
end
into
your
range.
turn on the mummy space, you're going to light on fire because you're standing on top of a flaming corpse. Any cloth you're
Alright.
wearing is going to go up in flames if you stand on that space. I know you think you're part dragon or whatever, friggin' Mary Sue, but you will burn.
I would like to think that I would buy fireproof clothes.
You have no such thing now. So you cannot end in the mummy space and stay there. You can walk through it safely.
I will stand behind the mummy space and ready an action if actually that hallway ends, right?
That hallway ends and there's nothing else down there. I mean,
then F that.
the stone sarcophagi line the walls, but again, they've mostly all been plundered.
I will stand here and ready an action if something pops up over here to fire a firebolt at it.
Gotcha. And
And the princess walks down the hallway and boom, gets hit with a fireball.
No, the princess is back in town at least. I had the same thought.
Eldove, you had a readied action. You're about to take it.
Dong.
This one's not dead yet.
That mummy's a joke.
As another one of these mummies comes shambling around the corner.
I'm about to kick Khalil's ass.
Bad day.
You get to take your readied action, launch your firebolt.
I hit.
Okay.
Did he attack me?
Not yet, he's about to. But
Okay.
Eldove has a readied action first.
Okay.
4 damage. In total.
4 damage total?
I'm doubling it for you.
Cool.
I'm dou-
So, clearly, this firebolt whips by you and hits this mummy. And you hear you see the explosion of sparks, but it doesn't ignite the body the way your torch did.
Okay.
And it does. It starts to rake at you with its awful mummied fists. Ew, gross.
Yeah, pretty gross. Well, I'm going to burn a superiority die and riposte.
It does not hit. So go ahead and burn that die if you get to do it on a miss.
Yep.
Okay.
3 plus 3 is 6.
So it does 3 damage.
Oh, and I do get to add the I do get to add the superiority bonus to it.
Okay, so it's 6 plus...
8.
So that's 14 total damage.
Yep.
So you've dealt 7. It is... So you're slashing at it with your sword, and you know you're hitting it. You know if this was a man, you would be doing some damage to it. But something about the magical nature of the creature, it has resistance to your blade.
Of course it does.
Of course it does.
Yeah, it's a mummy. Wait, it's a mummy? What
Yeah.
kind of weapon are you using?
Longsword.
Longsword.
This isn't canon.
Zook!
Can I come up here and occupy next to my mage buddy here?
You can, but you don't have a shot from there.
Want to swap with me?
Yeah, let's swap with you. Can I shoot over Khalil's head here?
Yeah, because he'll know you're back there, and he'll know to not be in the way. He'll scooch up
All right.
against the wall.
Because the way I see it, that mummy is engaged.
He is
Yep.
very much engaged.
Because he took a swing at me, I took a swing at him.
But it's a mummy.
That's okay. I have a
That's a
magical
pretty
bow.
good roll.
Yeah. That's a 19.
Yep, out of
so that's a...
all your damage, and you do get the sneak attack for it.
All right. So,
That's not canon either.
first roll, that'll be 5, 9.
What happened to McClain? Did he just fall over?
He
went into the tunnel.
tunnel.
Sorry.
Oh. Tunnel
hit my
time.
mic.
Nice. Are you still using that rock band mic?
Oh, hell yeah.
That's adorable.
I got a mic stand and everything and a sock on it.
Actually, I guess sneak
That's a
attack
lot.
doesn't rely on being able to attack.
That's a lot. That's a lot of pips.
So what's the
All
total
right,
on that
and then
damage?
Hold on,
Altogether.
at mathing. 14 plus 9 would be 23.
25. Or, yeah. 23, I'm sorry.
23.
23.
And yeah, you put an arrow into this mummy's head, and hear it pierce through the whatever's left of the bone inside of its skull, and now it's got an arrow sticking out of its head, and it definitely dealt some damage.
When I see that it doesn't die, I use my bonus action to, no, not you.
Swap back with me?
No, to just get back around this corner.
Okay.
All together. I'm a stick and move kind of guy.
When he moves past me, can I swap with him?
Yeah, that's fine.
You could swap and then I keep moving.
So I'd rather stand
That's
here.
perfectly fine.
And
Khalil gets the turn now.
He does. I'm going to roll. To hit on a 19.
That'll hit.
8 plus 3. 10 damage.
10 total.
Yeah.
And again, you're slashing at him with the sword, and you see the ribbons cutting away from his body, the wrappings, but you don't feel your sword bite into the flesh.
Okay.
I'm going to skip Eldove and go straight to the mummies. Is that okay with everybody?
1 second. I feel like it's important for me to set things on fire.
I have a
okay.
feeling we need fire to make this happen.
Well, your arrow did full damage because you fired it from a magical bow.
It just wasn't enough to kill it.
So it has
Khalil.
resistance to bludgeoning, slashing, piercing from non-magic weapons. Is how it works. All right, I
sweet.
guess
Khalil.
I will let
I got that.
Eldove throw a fireball because he's bitching about it up here. He gets so upset when if you guys noticed, anytime somebody does damage,
I missed.
oh my god, anytime somebody does damage, it's not Eldove. He gets mad. So
I was way impressed with that fire. Like, other people throwing fire torches, like, that was
like it.
rad.
no, this particular firebolt missed, and it's not that the mummy dives out of the way or anything. It's not that agile, but it's just you've got such like kind of an awkward angle. Like Khalil pressed up against the wall to let Zook fire, but then he came back, and you're trying to get not set him on fire. Explodes on the wall behind him, and then the mummies.
And this is where Khalil dies.
Khalil, why would you? Why are you? Uh-oh.
Mummies can switch places just like people can. So
This is where
both of these mummies are going to get an attack on Khalil this turn.
Khalil says, "Hey, can I swap with you, Eldove?" And Eldove says, "No."
No. Khalil,
What up?
make a wisdom save. DC 11.
Wisdom save DC 11, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 10 or better.
Tell me how much you fail it by.
None, because I rolled a 13 natural on
You
dice.
pass. Okay. So the first mummy, it tried to do something to you. You felt like a wave of necrotic energy just kind of fill your brain for a moment, but it didn't take hold.
Yeah.
The second mummy... Oh, I'm sorry. They can use a fist attack, and that's a 20. Holy shit.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
What is with you in critting?
Uh-oh. I'm so good,
I think
guys.
we need a dice cam on Brick Road.
Never.
Just a permanent dice cam.
Yeah, I know, right?
This is probably going to put Khalil down.
Oh no.